My 25F boyfriend, 29M, of 7 years is still talking to the girl, 19F, that we had a triple romance with. As the title states, my boyfriend and I have been together for almost 7 years. We moved in together 4 years ago and our relationship has always been very, very good. We're open about our feelings, we share everything, and I think we have great communication. For the past year or so things have been a bit lackluster in the bedroom. Not terrible, we just felt like we had fallen into a rut. My boyfriend has always said he wanted to try a triple romance. Our birthdays are very close together, his was 2 weeks ago and mine is in a week, so I decided that our gift this year could be a joint one and we could do a triple romance. I've never been totally sold on the idea, but I was open to trying it for my boyfriend. He was very excited and happy about it. We found a girl who neither of us knew super well, we set it up for his birthday, we talked about our boundaries, and away we went. Afterwards we both agreed that it wasn't the best experience in the world, and probably something we wouldn't want to repeat. My boyfriend seemed to like it more than I did, but agreed it was most likely a one-time deal. So that was that I thought. We had purposely picked a girl we both mildly knew but didn't interact with so that we wouldn't have any awkward moments with a friend if it didn't turn out well or something, you know? So I figured we had done the triple romance, we had tried it out, and we would move on. The other day my boyfriend and I were sitting on the couch when he got a text. The name was the same as the triple romance girl. I asked if it was her and he confirmed. I asked him why she was texting him, and he said they had been talking some. He said this all nonchalantly that I honestly felt a bit crazy for being so alarmed by this. I asked him why and what they were talking about, and he just said typical stuff. For the rest of the evening he kept his phone on him, which isn't usual for him. We've always been pretty open about our phones and know each other's passwords and stuff. So, and I know this was wrong, but that night when he was taking a shower I looked through his phone. They have been texting ever since the night of the triple romance, which was 2 weeks ago. It was all fairly innocent. A little bit at the beginning was discussing the triple romance, but nothing overly romantic or anything. The rest was just about TV shows, what's for dinner, work, what they were doing, etc. that night, though, he had been making plans to meet her for coffee one day this week. I asked him about all of this and he said they're just friends and he's allowed to have friends. Then he got mad at me for looking through his phone, which I can't blame him for. I am crushed and I don't know what to do. Our relationship has been so good for so many years. And he's allowed to have friends, I just don't think I like him being friends with the girl we had a triple romance with. What do I do? Is this necessarily bad, or could it be innocent? Too long, didn't read, boyfriend has been texting with the girl we had a triple romance with. It's all innocent and he's allowed to have friends, but I'm very uncomfortable with this and I don't know if I should be.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
So you guys picked someone who you wouldn't have to have contact with and he's texting her, without telling you, and he went out for coffee with her, a date, without telling you. That looks shady and he's turning it around on you, saying he's allowed to have friends. If it's no big deal or innocent, then why didn't he tell you? He needs to cut her off. Affairs rarely start out with two people ripping clothes off. He seems at a minimum to be slightly interested in her. Not good. My 27F boyfriend, 32M, is a realtor, and he's started spending a lot of time with a new client, 24F. Hello. I've spoken to family about this and they all agree with him, saying it's his job to spend time with these people and I shouldn't worry. I still wanted to ask on this subreddit anyway as I've heard really good feedback about it. A few months ago my boyfriend Steve got a new client at work. She's a 24-year-old single woman who's just finished college and wanted to move into our area. Apart from showing her the house over 11 times, they seem to be spending a lot of time privately as well. They often spend the entire day together, getting both lunch and dinner, and sometimes even hang out for longer than that. He's brought her to our home multiple times and she really does seem like a genuinely nice woman. always bringing me things she's baked or a present of some sort such as moisturizer. At first I didn't question whether or not their relationship was purely platonic, because she seemed so nice and he's never given me a reason to suspect him of cheating. Ever. After the first month or so, I found it strange how she still hadn't moved in or signed a contract or anything. Steve explained how she was still pretty unsure about whether or not to move into the neighborhood because she hasn't found a job yet. So, here we are 3 months later and she still hasn't decided whether or not to move, and she's still living at her parents' house about 20 minutes away. Now around October, I told Steve I was really uncomfortable with their relationship, as he was spending an excessive amount of time with her weekly. It bothered me how their relationship had gone past just looking at houses and now they were hanging out as good friends, spending days together and even hanging out at the mall. He's even brought her on days out like bowling or ice skating. I asked him if he could keep it more professional and he told me he was just being a good realtor and wanted her to feel comfortable with him, so she would buy the house and make him some money. I'm really annoyed because I don't know what to think. I don't know if this is normal behavior for a realtor and a client. She's still coming over a lot, and their relationship has not toned down. He told me he wasn't going to stop seeing her as he has a job to do and he needs to sell this house. Also, between seeing other clients and making a lot of time for her, I feel as if there's something missing and our bond is slowly drifting away. What do I do? Too long didn't read. Boyfriend is a realtor and has a new client he sees a lot, and it isn't a very professional relationship. I'm questioning his fidelity. He's spending a lot of time with her, practically full days, and also takes her shopping and hangs out with her. Look, I invest in real estate. I have a very good relationship with 2 realtors who are both good-looking women, but I've never went bowling or on dates with them. The most personal thing that ever happened was them sending me a Christmas or birthday gift, but that was all and simply a sign of courtesy. Being professional and getting to be comfortable with a realtor comes from their experience, knowledge and honesty, not from a game of bowling or hanging out. As many people here have said, this isn't normal realtor/client behavior, and he seems to be clearly gearing up to have an affair. Unless she is buying a $12 million house, the time he is spending with her far outweighs any monetary compensation. Apart from that, he is your so and should at the very least respect you enough to spend less time with a client if that is something that is making you uncomfortable. My 24F boyfriend, 23M, keeps liking Instagram pictures of a girl who almost caused us to break up, even after him telling me he cut contact with her. My boyfriend and I have only been together for a couple months now. A few weeks ago I found my boyfriend texting a girl he's supposedly really good friends with, and he admitted to sleeping with her a few times before we got together. He was being very flirty with her in the text messages and he never mentioned to her once that he has a girlfriend. I looked her up on Facebook and he's been liking every single one of her pictures. I brought this up with him and told him I was uncomfortable with him talking to her because I felt like there was something going on between them, and he assured me that it was just shameless flirting. We got into a huge argument about it and I almost broke up with him because I felt like this was a huge red flag, so he told me he cut contact with her in order to make me happy. He also stopped liking her pictures on Facebook. I'm not entirely sure he's telling me the truth when he tells me he cut her out. I just made an Instagram account a few nights ago and I found the girl's Instagram profile. I noticed my boyfriend was still liking all of her pictures, even the most recent ones. He probably didn't think I would find out about this since I never had Instagram until now. Now I can't help but to feel like he's hiding something from me. Do I have a right to be upset that he's still liking her pictures on a social media platform that he didn't think I would see because I didn't have an account? Too long, didn't read. Boyfriend told me he cut contact with a girl that he has been flirting with behind my back but is liking all of her Instagram pictures, and I think it's because he knows I don't have Instagram and wouldn't see these. I'm unsure if I should take it as a red flag or not. He said he would stop to make you happy, but instead he is only lying to make you happy. Not a healthy foundation for a relationship. He cares more about doing what he wants than he does having an understanding in the relationship. It would not be reassuring to me, and honestly I would be revisiting the idea of dumping him. You feel like he's hiding something from you because he is. He told you that he would cut contact with her. He did not. He lied. You have to decide if you're okay staying with someone who lies to you like that or not. Dump him, he's obviously lied to you about cutting contact. Confront him again and see how he reacts. Since this relationship is only a couple of months old, I would say just cut your losses and move on. I confronted him about him liking her Instagram pictures behind my back and told him to never call or text me again. Got no response from him. About an hour later I went back on Instagram and noticed he unliked all of her pictures, and he even made his account private so that I couldn't see anything on it. I think I may have dodged a bullet here. He blocked you on Instagram.